Questions, please, for defending finalists, Marty Fish. Thank you. You're welcome.
Marty, you made the finals last year. How do you like your chances this year?
You know, I feel healthy. I feel like I'm playing well. You know, this is a surface that you know, is great for me, and a place that has been good to me over the years, and I feel very comfortable here. You know, I enjoy the settings, I enjoy the hotel, and you know, nice restaurants around and things like that. So when you're comfortable and when you're, you know, in a nice frame, you know, you tend to play well. And you know, so to say that, you know, obviously I'd love to go once more and, you know, and win the tournament. I feel like I can. You know, I feel like it's a draw where, you know, there aren't any guys that you know, that I can't beat, and you know, so I feel great.
James Blake recently made some comments that watching your success in Athens inspired him to go out and try to make the U.S. team. What's your reaction to those comments and what he did?
Well, it was you know, last time in Athens was a little unfortunate with him. You know, getting sick, and I was right around the time when you know, his father passed, and you know, he wasn't doing so well health-wise, so that was a difficult time for him. And you know, obviously we would love to have him come with us there. He definitely would have, you know, obviously would have made the team. And, you know, we came back. I remember coming back, and he came into the city, and we all went to dinner, and he asked all about how the experience was, and you know, what went on. And you know, you could tell he was pretty bummed out about not being able to go, and he was really looking forward to the next time, you know, the Olympics was coming around. And we spoke a few times when he was over there, and you know, it's tough to go to the semis and then to finish fourth. You know, I felt real bad for him, you know, not winning that semifinal match. Obviously he had his chances, and you know, it's a tough one, but he seems to be playing unbelievably well. And you know, hopefully he can keep it going for the U.S. Open, because I think he'd probably rather win the U.S. Open than the Olympics.
Being his neighbor in Tampa, are you expecting that Jay Block to maybe come for you this year and get?
I don't know. I haven't had any contact with them yet, so I'm not sure if they're waiting for James to come back or waiting for him to come back so they can go celebrate a little bit for how James did over there. And you know, I'm sure that they would be out here if he was playing. If he was playing, they can on support. So I'm not sure if they're coming. Hopefully they will.
How important was what you did here last year to how you were able to go into the beginning of this year?
Yeah, I mean, it was big because I was able to get into Madrid and Paris, those Master Series that are the toughest. You know, the cuts in those are, you know, around top 40 in the world get in. I mean, if you're 43 ranked in the world, you know, you don't even get in those tournaments. So it put me back inside, you know, right around the mid-30s, and I was able to, you know, get into those tournaments and, you know, kind of set myself up for hopefully a good start to this year. And I was, you know, I certainly did that. Playing pretty solid down in Australia, and keeping it going in the spring, and then having a great tournament in Wells. You know, so that definitely catapulted me to start, you know, winning a ton of matches.
Where would you rank the winner of Federer among wins you've had on tour?
One. Yeah, that was definitely a great week, and you know, certainly a week I'll certainly never forget. And you know, even up to that tournament, or even up to that match in the semis, I had already beaten two guys in the top 10 and Leighton Hewitt, you know, was already a fine tournament for sure, and I went into that match. It was kind of before, he'd only lost once in the semis of Australia, and I played the perfect match, and it was definitely the best win. Like you said, the best win I've ever had.
How are you playing right now, would you say?
I'm playing fine. I'm playing very well. I'm very, very fit, very healthy. And with that, hopefully come, a few wins here, and take it into the U.S. Open. I've played every week in the summer except for Indianapolis. So to play, I think this is maybe my 5th in a row. To play, that many and to still feel real healthy is a good thing. I had a nice tournament in LA, and so it was nice to win 3 matches there and run into a guy in Del Potro who was, he's playing well. That was certainly no disgrace to lose to him, and so I come in here with a lot of confidence, and I feel great, which at this time last year just wasn't the case. Coming into this tournament, I was having a lot of trouble with my knees and with my shoulder and arm, and right now I feel great.
Talking about Del Potro, just talk about what the role he's on, what makes him such a tough guy to deal with.
It's an amazing role. I mean, just to play, to play well in every match. That you got to play well almost every match. These days, and otherwise you're going to lose unless you have something to bail you out with, like a big serve that's always going to be there, or or you're a pretty steady player or something like that. I mean, he seems to just be hitting the ball with an incredible amount of confidence, and that's a huge part of tennis. He seems fit. He's a big guy. He moves well. For a guy that's 6'6", and he's on a roll. And it's amazing that he's played well, in the beginnings of matches, and played guys that can really piss you off, and guys that you can lose your cool with. And he stayed tight and played real well in the beginnings of matches, because if you play a lot of matches like that, you win a couple tournaments in a row, and you're thinking, okay, maybe I need a little bit of a break here, and maybe if I get down in a set or something like that, he's thinking, okay, well, it's okay, because I already won 2 or 3 tournaments in a row, and that's a pretty good run. I need a little bit of a break before the U.S. Open, and he just keeps going and just crushing people. I mean, he crushed me in semis with LA.